I'm just going to create the lid for this one now. So in the last video we went through how to create this. I'm just going to create the lid. And now the lid is going to be the dimensions we had for this was 64 by 54. So if we go to new part, file, new part, when my computer wants to play, of course. Alright, now, new part, BPIHS, standard create. Okay, now part 2. Now, our lid's going to go on our Z plane. It's a rectangle. And it is 64. Let's go 54 tab 64 tab enter. Okay. Now on the inside here, I'm just going to do an offset here, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to basically create a bit of a lid with a bit of a pattern in it, so that I'm able to cut it out and basically glue it on. It'll hold all the parts in, but we don't want it to. So we're just going to create some parts here. So if we go 3D model now, just extrude. So we're going to extrude this outside part here. Lost our extrude. Extrude. That one, that one, that one, and that one there. And we're going to extrude that for 1.5. So that's our lid. Okay, you can put your name in it and extrude that if you like, but that's good enough. So to make sure it all fits, just go new, assemble. Now to have them assembled, you need to save them. So file, save. So make sure you save it in your folder. Alright, so you should have one here with your name on it. So make sure you save it in there, because I'm not on the school computers. I don't have one there. So just make sure you save it. So I'm just going to save this to my basic arc. My computer's fritzing out again. Nice. So I'm going to call this robot 1. Save. And file save. I'm going to call this robot. Now in assembly, go place, find the parts that you need to put together. So I should have robot, which should be somewhere down here. Robot. Yeah, I need to be here. Robots. So now I should have here's where it is. So that's my lead, that's my robot. So I'm just going to push control and select both of them. Open both of them up. Okay. Now tick that. Right click, push OK. Now what I want to do is I want to start putting some constraints on this lid. to see if it fits. Now, see how we've got the plane there? If we open this back up, we right click on this work plane and go visibility, turn the visibility off. So then we can't see it. Now back to assembly, see it changes. Okay, now I'm going to right click on this one and I'm going to ground it. It's grounded, so that means it won't move around. Okay. Now, for some reason, it did it to our lid. We want to round. Right click that, grounded. Okay, that's better. Now I can move our lid around. So when you're trying to constrain stuff, you always have to give it 3 constraints. So it's up, down, left, right, forward, and back. So that's X, Y, and Z. So if you give it a constraint, there's 2 types of constraints. You've got mate and flush. Okay, so flush is where they're sort of side by side, and mate is where they're sort of butted up to each other. So if I want this one and this one here, basically you're clicking on the surfaces. So if you have a look now, it's hanging on the side there, so I actually want that to be flush. And so see how it fits there. Okay. So now I've lost a constraint. So I click on that side and I want that to be flush. I click apply, and then it stays there. Now I'm going to click on the bottom of this piece here. If you hold shift down and push your scroll button, that's what turns it around. So I'm going to click there, and I'm going to click there. Yeah, I want them to be butted up with each other. I've lost my thing again. There, and there. Yeah, apply. Alright, and the next one, so we just need to do this back, there, and there. We want that to be flush. Alright, now, see my issue. This overhangs there, so it's actually not square. So just go cancel. Now if you open this one up here, you've got these 2. Just delete them if you need to. Delete. So now, what did I go wrong? I did that side here. So let's pull our constraint. We want this side to there. Flush. Go apply. That's looking better now. Now if you want to move it around, you have to cancel this constraint. You just close that, and then you can actually pick it up and drag it. And bring your constraint back. Want that one to the back. We want that flush, apply. And then we need to lift it up a little. So if we go close that, grab it, grab a constraint in, and then we want that to sit flush. Oh, lost my computer again. It is not running very well right now. Alright, and so we clicked on the bottom of that one, but we've lost our constraint. Click on the bottom there, and then click on that there. And we want that to flush apply. So, yeah. So basically now we can see that that is a piece that will be on top. Okay, so that's going to be your basic robot. So that's got a nice scoop on the front, and it's got a flat back. However, our wheels are 40mm, so they'll actually go past the back here. So just remember that. If you don't want your wheels to go all the way to the back, what you can do is you can put these motor mounts downwards on the bottom of your robot. However, you have to remember that if you do that, well, you want to stick to this height. You want to make sure your wheels are in the middle of your robot, so that if your robot gets flipped upside down, you can drive upside down. So that's super important. Okay, so that's how to make the lid and constrain them together.